What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 build video. Now shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. And today's build video is going to be my SMG spotter build. This thing has a scanner pulse every 4 seconds. That's right, I have a 4-second spotter build with the SMG. Now, if that sounds good and you're interested, sit back, relax. I hope you enjoy the video. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know in the comment section below what you think about the build. But alright, so without further ado, what I'm going to do first is just get right into the build breakdown. And then we're going to jump right into the dark zone and I'll show you how it works. But alright, so let's get into the build breakdown. Now starting off at the top with the specialization, I am using the firewall specialization. The only reason is because I am also using the striker shield. This shield gives you a damage bonus and it also gives you health at the same time. So I'm using that with the in-sync and spotter with the scanner pulse. So the scanner pulse and the shield will both proc in-sync at all times. So I'm proccing in sync, I have spotter, and I have vigilance. Not only that, but I have contractor's glove and fox's prayer for the multiplicatives, and I also have 2 pieces of Sokolov for the extra crit damage. If you just want to go ahead and look at the stats real quick, I'm at 50 crit chance and 82 crit damage. But remember, that's also with 18% damage to targets out of cover and 8% armor damage. Now I also have damage to targets out of cover on both my AR and SMG and in sync. So every time I use the pulse or the shield in conjunction with shooting an enemy, I will get 30% weapon damage on top of all of that. And the spotter amplifies that damage because the enemies will be pulsed. Alright, so that's why I'm using that specialization. Now looking at the weapons, my primary. This is the Vector SBR 9mm. Now this one is not fully god rolled, so it can get a little bit stronger, but it's a really fun build to use. Now this one, damage wise, I'm at 81.9k total damage with 14.5 SMG damage, 20.5 crit chance, and 9% damage to targets out of cover. Now it comes with in sync, so I'm proccing that every time I use the pulse and every time I use my shield. Now my secondary is the FAMAS. It's another high burst damage assault rifle. So this is going to go with my high burst damage SMG. Now the FAMAS is hitting at 93.2k total damage. And that's with max AR damage, max damage to targets out of cover, and 12% health damage. Now this also has in sync, so I'm proccing this the exact same way I'm proccing my Vector. Now my sidearm doesn't really matter, but in this case it is a double barrel sawed-off with preservation. Now I also have damage to targets out of cover on there, that way I have both multiplicatives, and then the preservation helps, recharge my armor. Alright, so looking at the build, I have 1 blue core attribute and 5 red core attributes. I am using the Night Watcher for that scanner pulse. I am using the gift for the perfect vigilance. Contractor's gloves for the damaged armor. Fox's prayer knee pads for the damage to targets out of cover. Now I'm using Sokolov Concern with spotter so that I can get the amplified damage and the SMG damage at the same time. And then I'm using 1 more Sokolov Concern for the extra crit damage, just to try to get my damage up just a little bit. Because to be honest, this is like a hybrid damage skill haste build if you really want to get, in the nitty gritty. And having the extra multiplicatives help out the build overall for damage, but it doesn't help, the stats, so it looks all nice and pretty for you. Alright, so looking at the build, we're going to do a deep dive starting with the mask. So this is the Night Watcher mask. It is the named Gila Guard mask with 100% scanner pulse haste. So what I did is I went ahead and rolled skill haste on top of that, and I added a skill haste mod on top of that. Now for the core attribute, I optimized it to max armor, and the Gila-Guard brand set bonus that I get from this build is 5% total armor. Now going to the backpack, this is the gift. It is the named Providence Defense backpack with Perfect Vigilance. Now Perfect Vigilance, you get 25% weapon damage. However, every time you take any sort of damage, it disables. Now Perfect Vigilance gives it back to you in 3 seconds, unlike the normal Vigilance, which gives it back to you every 4 seconds. And that's after you take damage. Now the Providence Defense brand set bonus I get from this build, 15% headshot damage, which is pretty nice. I am trying to work on my headshots. Now the attributes, I have 14% weapon damage, max skill haste, 4.8 crit chance, and 11.9 skill haste mod. Now going to the gloves, these are the Contractor's gloves. They are the best in slot gloves with damage to armor. Now as far as the brand set bonus, I'm not really using the LMG damage. I am solely using this for that damage to armor attribute. Now I rolled on here max skill haste, and it has max weapon damage. Now the knee pads, Fox's Prayer knee pads, best in slot knee pads with damage to targets at a cover. Now I rolled max skill haste on here, and then I optimized to the max weapon damage. Now again, with the brand set bonus, with it being rifle damage, I'm not really using that. I am solely using this for that damage to targets at a cover attribute. Alright, leaving me with the 2 pieces of Sokolov Concern, starting with the chest piece. Now the Sokolov Concern brand set bonuses I get from this build, the 10% SMG damage and the 15% crit damage. Now as far as the chest piece goes, the weapon damage is low, it's only 11.9. However, it comes with max skill haste and 10.6 crit damage. Now I also threw on there a max skill haste mod, and it does come with Spotter. Now Spotter amplifies your total weapon damage and skill damage by 15% to all pulsed enemies. And remember, I get that pulse back every 4 seconds. And then the last piece, Sokolov Concern holster. Now this one is God rolled, max weapon damage, crit damage, and skill haste. Now like I said, I am using the Striker shield with the scanner pulse. And I get the scanner pulse back every 4.5 seconds. It is insane. Now looking at the stats, and then we will get into the Dark Zone. This is for the Vector. 81.9k weapon damage with 27.3k PvP weapon damage. 50 crit chance, 82.6 crit damage, and 85 headshot damage. It also has that damage to armor, and then the damage to targets at a cover. Now looking at the offensive tab, 80.9 all weapon damage bonus and 39.5 SMG damage bonus. So every time I use the Vector, I'm at 20.4% damage bonus total. Alright, and then for the gear talents, I'm using Perfect Vigilance and Spotter. Now for the defensive tab, I'm at 954k armor, just under 336k health, with 100k health on kill. And then the 10% explosive resistance and hazard is due to my watch level. Now this is the disclaimer I do for every single one of my build videos. Now I am shade level 2764. That means all of these attribute boxes are maxed out 50 of 50. Now if you copy and paste my build and you are at or above shade level 1000, you should be able to get the exact same numbers and the exact same results as me. However, if you are not at shade level 1000, some of these boxes will not be maxed out and you will not have the exact same numbers as me when you copy and paste the build, just so you know. So I'm not saying you have to be shade level 1000. I'm just saying to get the most, bang for your buck, to fully optimize your build, you need to be shade level 1000. It only helps you in the long run. Alright, and this is my SMG spotter build. Now I hope you enjoy it. Now you can use this in any sort of open world activity. The only difference is in conflict, they changed it to where the pulse only comes back every 26 seconds and not every 4.5 seconds. Pretty crazy, I know, but it is what it is. So alright, so the best places to use this build, anything PvE, and then the dark zone. So let me go ahead and go to the dark zone. It's Striker today, so let's go dark zone east. See what's popping over there on the east side. Now don't forget to hit that like. Please support the channel by subscribing, and let me know what you guys think about it in the comments section below. Alright. So we have a few. Let me start down there at the heroic. So I'll do a few landmarks to show you the PvE side, or we can go ahead and jump right into the PvP side. So I see someone's extracting right there. Let's see. It's already departing, so forget about that. There's a rogue way down there in front of us. I'm going to show you the PvE, and then we'll jump into the PvP.
Transmissions jammed.
Now just so you know, it's the dark zone, so if I get outnumbered or anything like that, you know, it's out of my hands. The best way to, you know, try this out solo in PvP would probably be conflict. However, the scanner pulse does not come back every 4 seconds like it would. Ooh, there's a lot of NPCs over there.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
Let's see what happens.
Extraction called.
Yeah, who's hit me like that?
Needed.
Like shooting me from bushes. And this is a heroic landmark too.
Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Okay.
DZ drop incoming. Doctor drop has been delivered. DZ drop.
Ooh, let me get dark zone. That's nice. Holy fuck, holy man. There's a lot of firepower coming my way. Hold on. Regroup. Jesus, shoot me through bushes and crap.
I need to
You have arrived. Contaminated gear detected. Incoming dark zone drop.
Go, 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 go.
I'm taking too much damage.
Alright.
Dark zone drop available.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get
Additional
that too.
hostile contacts.
These heroic landmarks are pretty fun though. I do admit.
Rogue striker drone detected. Helo has returned to base.
go, 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 go.
Now detecting contaminated gear.
Boom. Good.
Engaging landmark. Detecting additional hostile contacts.
Enemy's trying to... I got heavy contact! Armor's busted up!
Rogue striker drone detected. Immediate medical assistance needed. Vital signs critical.
Take out the flank!
Contaminated gear.
Target those!
Landmark has been cleared. Incoming hostiles detected. Now detecting contaminated gear. Rogue hive detected.
Taking fire! Hold up! I'm empty! I back up!
Contaminated gear detected. Now detecting contaminated gear. Landmark cleared.
Defeat the enemy before your reinforcements are spent.
Rogue explosive seeker mine detected.
A specialization supply drop has been arranged for you.
Immediate medical assistance needed. Rogue artillery turret detected. Rogue defender drone detected. Agent down. Agent deceased. Agent down. detected. Extraction helo. Almost within range.
Hostiles on the front! Stand by! Stand by! Hostiles took out a friendly.
Nearby located killed.
Hostiles are trying to...
Rogue defender drone detected. Landmark has been cleared. Rogue striker drone detected. Detecting additional hostile contacts.